Here at KYW are all about community. Studies have shown a correlation between substance abuse and homelessness in some cases. Individuals can wind up on the street or in shelters. Footprints to Recovery is an organization working to meet the various needs of people with substance use disorders. And one of the ways they're working is to fill overlooked needs at shelters. Socks of Love is their latest initiative. Here to tell us more about it is the executive director at Footprints to Recovery's Wayne facility, Bridget Vale. Welcome to Flashpoint, Bridget. How you doing?
I'm well. Thank you so much.
So I try to get to know all the organizations, but I've never heard of Footprints to Recovery. What is the problem that the organization seeks to solve?
So we serve substance abusers, individuals struggling with substance use disorders. We have a number of different sites across the nation. So we're treating outpatient individuals who are struggling with substance use disorders to help them get back on their feet.
And are these all substances?
This is all substance use disorders. We do manage some other co-occurring disorders as well, but primarily they are substance use disorders that we're treating.
Have you been part of the groups that have seen this uptick because of opioid use?
Yes. Unfortunately, I think everybody's really struggling. Everyone knows someone that's struggling to try to get a grip on what we're dealing with nationwide with the opioid use disorders. There's a number of other use disorders, unfortunately, as well, that we're trying to manage concurrently. So we don't want to get those lost while we're focusing on managing the opiate use disorders as well. But yeah, everybody's struggling. Everybody's seeing an uptick. Everybody's trying to figure out what's going to make sense so that we can try to do better in a field that we're all struggling to try to get a grip on.
So what makes Footprints unique?
I think what makes us unique is we really treat the whole person. So we're looking at mind, body, soul. So while we do know that traditional talk therapy is fantastic, we try to build in some other modalities as well. So art therapy, music therapy, movement therapy. We're really trying to reach the individual at a level that makes sense for them. Traditional talk therapy is wonderful, but it doesn't always work for everybody. So we try to build in other modalities that make sense to help engage the individual and meet them where they're at.
Yeah, and I understand Socks of Love is part of that.
Yes. Yeah, so about a year or so ago in Chicago, the initiative started. And so what they were noticing is a lot of the homeless population out there was struggling. There's such a large homelessness population out in Chicago. And socks are really one of the least donated items, but one of the most needed items at homeless shelters. Decided that they were going to try to get to some of those basic needs they were seeing in the homeless shelters. So they were able to start a drive. Last year, they collected about 1,000 pairs. This year, our goal is 10,000 pairs. So a small initiative that started locally in Chicago has now spread nationwide to all of our sites.
Wow. And so who's helping you guys do all of this?
So it's our community. Really what we're trying to do is engage our clients, our staff, and our community. So it's important for us to not just be a site treating a specific subset of individuals with certain disorders. It's important for us to be a part of our larger community. And so we are outreaching to ask them to help support the campaign as well.
Wonderful. Are the individuals who are at the facilities who work with you, are they helping with this?
They are. So one of the nice parts has been that we've been able to involve them to such a large degree. They were able to be a part of the process in choosing which sites the socks are being donated to. They're a part of the packaging and the delivery. They're a part of writing seasonal greeting cards that are going to go along with the socks and the donations. They've really been involved. And I think what happens oftentimes is individuals that are in early recovery, no one feels, or people in those situations don't feel as though they have anything to offer. And so it's really important for us to put them in a position to give back so that they can see what they bring to the table as well, so that they can see that there's so much that they can do to not just better themselves, but better their community as well.
Yeah, because I noticed that, to me, that's what sort of hooked me, because this is it's another form of treatment in a lot of ways to kind of take yourself out of what you're dealing with and focus on someone else.
Yes, and I think it's a nice segue to get them back to the working world as well. They're engaged in their community. They're making themselves feel like they have something to give back. So it's a nice entryway back into the working world as well.
Wonderful. So you need new socks, I'm sure.
Yes, we are accepting new socks. So what we're trying to do is package them. 2 pairs of socks at a time are going with the donation. So new socks are preferred, obviously.
Yeah. And so where can people help? Because I know this initiative it was big time around the holidays, but it's not over.
It's not over, and it's going through January, which is fantastic. So we've already been able to make one donation, and we're going to be making a second donation at the end of the month. So we're accepting donations throughout the month, and they can be dropped off at our local site in Wayne, and that's 992 Old Eagle School Road, Suite 904 in Wayne, Pennsylvania. All of the different sites in New Jersey, in Arizona, in Colorado, in Chicago, and Pennsylvania.
And y'all can throw them in the snail mail, too. So tell us, Bridget, where can people find out more information about your specific facility?
So we have information that's available on our website, www.footprintstorecovery.com. And you can also call into the admissions line, which is available all the time as well.
Wonderful. Socks of Love. Help them. These are going to different shelters to meet a very much overlooked need. So I want to say thank you to Bridget Vale. She's Executive Director of the Footprints to Recovery's Wayne facility. Thanks so much for being on Flashpoint.
No problem. Thanks so much for having us.